And when I was in university, we were just talking about who are the best teachers, or were all the teachers you had in life bad teachers?
No. Usually they had loving character traits like kind and patient.
Oh, yes, very important. So patience and yes, showing their love. Yes, what else?
And transmit em português. Ele pode transmitir aquilo que verdadeiramente ele está. Capacidade
Yes.
de transmissão.
Actually, every teacher should be trying to transmit something, yes. But the thing is the way they are maybe transmitting is this a good way? Or yes. What else?
He set the rules right from the beginning.
Oh, he set the rules from the
Don't follow the
beginning.
rules out.
Yes.
Right from the beginning. And then with time, wow.
Okay, very nice.
That's a great teacher.
I like that, to have rules from the beginning that are clear, yes?
Yeah, I agree on that. Like some were really clear with simple principles.
Wow, simple principles. Wow. You
Like
are
not
just
talking
amazing.
when others are talking, or when he's explaining something, then it's like when some of the teachers have explained something, like the things the students needed to do, and the class was usually silent in that moment,
Wow.
then this was usually someone that students like listened to.
Yes.
Or-
To keep the
in that-
attention,
and in
right?
These principles, they were usually also more open to like let the students do their how they like think it is best to follow the task.
Where also the students could maybe interact also, not only listen all the time,
Yeah.
but also be part of, yes, of the thing. Yes, that's very nice. And you know, when we were discussing this at university, we just said the best teacher, and in my case, in our case at that time, for languages, right? And we came to the conclusion the best language teachers are those who live the culture of the country or of the region, what else, from the language they are teaching, okay? And so I like to travel a lot. And what you are seeing here is one of my favorite places here in Portugal. Wait a second, in Portugal? Yes, it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And this is the island of the Azores, São Miguel. So Roy can still remember that because he was with me and another friend, Josia. We have been for 1 week there in the Azores, yes. And yes, I like to be in nature, yes, most of the time. But at the beginning it was not so. When I went to France, I wanted to have the experience. So I learned French and I want to eat baguette and put the baguette here under my arm. I want to put a beret basque to have the feeling, oh, now I am integrated to French culture. You know? Or asking myself, I also did some studies in Spanish, yes. And one time I had a trip to Spain with 27 colleagues, and they were all females, and I was the only guy who was a male in the whole group.
But that's more so a blessing, isn't it?
Yes, I was the Hanenkopf. Yes, like we say.
Hanenkopf, yeah.
I don't know this expression in English.
No, I don't either. I don't know.
I think there is
Rooster
another. I
in
don't know.
the rooster
In the box.
basket.
And actually, the dinner time was at 9. It was like this, because before it was really hard, difficult to get something. And so, what do you do in some situations, yes? And how open should I be for different things? And by the way, other countries, strangers, it's strange from the word strange, yes, foreign. Foreign is strange, yes, something new, maybe for me, for my habits and customs. And so, for me, it's not the question, how open can I or should I be for other cultures? And by the way, what is culture actually? Yes, as we came to the conclusion, I should bring and show culture to my students. Yes, and so I like traveling a lot. This is something that I think you also like to do. Yes, to go to different places, to experience, to see something new. Yes, and to come out of our routines, right? And so I like to do it not alone, but a real pleasure for me is to do some trips with students. Here you have the beautiful Vista do Rei in São Miguel.
Is that a river or
This is a lake.
a lake?
You had a volcano there, right? And so Azores, they have 9 islands and they have many caldeiras, they call it. Yes, caldeiras are like top.
Crater.
Yes, the craters, yeah. And inside of those craters you have mostly a lake.
Sweet water?
Sweet water, yes.
Nice.
Yes. And in the Azores you have also the banana from the Azores, yes. And also pineapple. And I was, you can imagine, very amused by that, to find such nice fruits there in this special island. Look this here. Hot spring waters.
Wow.
Yes. We went there end of
End of
October.
November, beginning
Yes,
of
October,
November.
beginning
Yeah.
of November,
Can you
yes.
see the pictures?
And so when I'm traveling with my students or with some friends, is still the question, when we go to France, do I really need, yes, to have the baguette and the beret basque? Or what can I experience and still be open for this something new? Yes, so such questions I always have in my mind. And as you both said, Vasco and Benjamin, are there some important rules? If we have, for example, some rules where we can see, yes, to go in one good direction that may help us. Yes, and so I want to talk here about very interesting thoughts. And as you know, for us it's a very special day because it's Sabbath, it's Shabbat, and normally we take also the Shabbat to reflect on, let me put like this, spiritual things. Yes, and for me it's so interesting for this cosmovision. I spoke about this word yesterday. Yes, we try to explain the word the way we were taught, the way we were raised, yes, in our beliefs and also with the religion we have. And I was saying it's a special day, and for me it's so interesting that in the beginning, when we open the Bible, we see some, for me, interesting things that I want to call them cultural points that I learned to myself as a teacher, as a person, trying to figure out what is culture actually. Yes, and so this is another language. Do you know which language this is? Hebrew. So you have to read from
Right to left.
from right to left. Yes.
Maybe
And-
Rafael can translate it.
I don't do Hebrew, no.
Somebody here who knows Hebrew? Yes. And so what we call Tanakh, so this is the Old Testament, yes, it was written in Hebrew. And the first sentence is Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning, created gods. Not God, created gods. In plural. I will let that open, okay? And I will go on. It's interesting that in the other part of the Bible we have the New Testament, right? And there you have also the same expression in the beginning. Yeah? No princípio era o verbo, logos. That's the Greek word, yes? And interesting that the Bible goes from a beginning. Yes. Other cosmovisions, there was nothing, and they have not really explanation for nothing to be something. You know, cosmos visions that we have today in our lives, and it's important to ask these questions and to become also answers for that questions, even though it might be also still difficult for some. But here in the Bible it said that in the beginning, yes, it was something and not nothing. And Logos was here, and actually the expression also in Hebrew that Elohim, which is God in plural, is also a nice thought. That God is not alone, but maybe some persons. And as we are Christians, we believe that there is God Father and God Son, and also His Spirit that was also in the beginning in the water, right? And so this is a beautiful explanation for that. Lotte, please.
It's actually interesting. The Hebrew language has a singular, a dual, and a plural. So with that, it's not just two that God is, but at least three or more.
Okay. Obrigado. Very interesting talk. And then the first thing that this God spoke here in the beginning. Vamos ver aqui. Glória, podes ler em português, faz favor.
Que seja luz.
Muito bem. Our European Portuguese will do que seja luz.
Luz.
So the chiamento is not only for S, but we also spell the sh also for Z. Okay? Luz.
Luz.
Que seja luz. Vasco, auf Deutsch bitte.
Oui.
That was German.
Es werde Licht.
Wow!
That was pretty good.
Very good, actually.
And so it was light. Que seja luz e foi a luz. Okay? But isn't that interesting? That God may speak que seja luz, He needs a language. Without a language, you cannot do anything. You cannot say, you cannot express nada. Zero. Anything. So for me, it was very astounding just to think about, hey, the language must be the first element of culture. Because if we cannot say anything,
How could you communicate?
yes, how can you communicate anything you cannot share, you know? And so, language, the first point of culture. Quem não se comunica, se trumbica. Dizemos nós no Brasil. Vocês conhecem essa expressão? Não sei.
Trumbica.
Trumbica, que é trumbica?
Who does not communicate will have some problems. Something like that. So we have a need to communicate things, and for that we need language. I am trying to speak English, even though English is not one of my favorite languages to speak. But we are trying to have a lingua franca here so that the most people can understand here. Yes, so sometimes we need English, so sometimes we are speaking Spanish, Portuguese, German, yes, so different codes of language, right? And so let's go on. So have this in mind. The first point was language. Is the first point of culture. And then, Arnold, faz favor em português.
Façamos o homem à nossa imagem, conforme a nossa semelhança.
It goes on. No, it's okay. I'll let this here. Yes. Where is B? B is here. Okay. Tu peux continuer en français.
Dieu créa l'homme. Dieu créa l'homme à son image. Il le créa à l'image de Dieu. Il créa l'homme et la femme.
C'est très bien. Merci beaucoup. Okay, so it said here in the beginning that we, as human beings, we were made to the image of God. And what does it mean that we have the image of God? One thing is sure, we can speak language, yes, which is a very important thing. But I think we have also the power to decide and also to create also some new things. I was having some nice conversations, short but nice, with you, Vasco, yesterday. And yes, we have power to have some material and to create some beautiful things with that. Yes. We have also the capacity to have children. Yes. And so it's something that God gave us, and which is also to His image. And He created us as men and as women. And today we are living in days where they give some other definitions. Normally, men that have the wish to be a woman to compete with other women athletes, yes, but they just decided, they saw that it was not fair, actually, yes. And so here we have some rules, like you said, Benjamin, from the beginning. Yes, we separate between man and woman. And you heard maybe a lot of story like Trump, who put this again only to genders, yes, but for other countries you can have, maybe in Austria I think that we have 6 different options now that you can put.
No,
yes,
we have definitely more than 3. He's not. I think it's not 6, but he's not incorrect. It's a lot. I saw, because I filled a document for, I don't know, something, and it was, I think, 4 different suggestions. So male, female, then
whatever.
more. But usually it's like either like man wants to be a woman, or a woman wants to be a man and has had some operations. But there is one more asexual, I think.
Yes.
So,
Actually, and
but this would not.
change your chromosome, for example.
Yeah,
yes.
it would not make a difference if you're a man or a woman if you do not want to have sex with the opposite gender.
And actually, it's a big discussion, of course, yes. For me, it's just interesting that we have this little rules here from the beginning, and that we were, yes, created to the image of God, and we were created as men and women. So it's put as a definition, yes. And then I need another person here to go to the 3rd point. So the first one, what was the first point? Cultural, we need a language. We were created also to the image of God as woman and as man. And then I need another person. Rafael, faz favor.
Tenha el dominio sobre os peixes, domar sobre as aves dos céus, sobre os animais domésticos, sobre toda a terra e todos os reptéis que rastejam pela terra.
Rastejam?
Rastejam pela terra.
Muito bem. You can start having Portuguese lessons. You already know a lot. Muito bem. And then speaking here, he should dominate. And normally this verb, you know that words have connotations. What I'm meaning by that? Good connotations and bad connotations, yes? And when we say dominate, maybe it sounds hard, yes? To dominate, I am the strong one and I dominate. And so it's speaking here that the mankind should dominate above all the animals. But actually, and this is now the part I love, from where the words come, I see here domus. In Latin, domus is the house.
In Latin, yeah.
Yeah, dominus is the lord of the house. Yes, please, Arnold.
Actually, in, for example, Czech or Russian, they say dom.
Dom, yes,
House.
also for house. So, when you have a house, do you dominate over your house? What does it mean, actually? Yes?
You take care of it.
Yeah.
You take care of it. Yes? So you pay attention, you see that everything is running well, you see to repair maybe sometimes that it is clean, yes? So you take care of it. Let's put this take care here in this sentence. And we should take care of the animals. Well, I could. It's so beautiful. And so words have power, words have connotation. And so it's also important how we express things. And somehow it's also a little bit sad how we also put bad connotations to words that are in their origin beautiful. For example, the word religion. Normally when we talk, when we say the word religion, normally it's becoming a little bit negative, right? But what is religion actually when we think about that?
The Latin, yeah.
Yes, re, the prefix, religar, re is the prefix meaning again, do it again, and legion is from ligar, is to connect. So the meaning of the word religion is to reconnect, is reconnection. And as we are here, my friends, together, we are trying to reconnect with nature, with the animals, with the food, with each other. Yes, and also with God, actually, because we are also created to His image. And it's a beautiful word, yes? And so let's also try was something new, even though the connotation, the bad connotation is there, to bring and to leave it in a positive way, so that the hope is there that it can change, that religion can be again a beautiful word. Yes. So we should take care of the animals. Sonia, s'il vous plaît.
Dieu les bénit et Dieu leur dit: soyez féconds, multipliez, remplissez la terre et l'assujettissez et dominez sur les poissons de la mer, sur les oiseaux du ciel et sur tout animal qui se meut sur la terre.
Okay, God blessed, yes, the men, and He told them, soyez féconds. What is that? Fruchtbar. Em português
Be fertile.
Fecundus.
It's like fertile,
multiplier,
multiply.
remplissez la terre. So we should multiply ourselves so to get, yes, children, yes, and we should fill the earth, yes, and again we should also dominate, to take care of the earth. So we spoke about animals, but it's also beautiful to take care of the land, of the earth. We are living here, and as Benjamin came, he was, I think, a little bit surprised how many green is here in this part, in this area. But I told him it's a monoculture of eucalyptus. We are in eucalyptus land here.
And Raphael actually told me that they are the same age, and that's why they're the same height.
And then they cut them. And then...
Yes,
Then they
it's
cut all
man-made.
down.
Yes. And actually, I think man-made can also be positive, yes, but it's beautiful. And how do you know what is the best? Why is monoculture? I mean, it's green, there are trees, it's beautiful, huh? Why not monoculture? Let's go on here a little bit.
Oh, that's definitely not a monoculture.
Yes. I'll go to the next one. Roy, please, auf Deutsch.
Und Gott der Herr nahm den Menschen und setzte ihn in den Garten Eden, damit ihn bebaue und bewahre.
Sehr gut. Okay, so it's said here that God placed man and woman in the Garden of Eden with something to do, not only to enjoy and to be in vacation all the time, but here two verbs that are important. In English, it's to cultivate, yes, and to preserve or to protect. Yes. And do you know what? This verb cultivate. Do you know the resin of faith? Where does it come? It's also from Latin. Cultivare. The word culture, my friends, from cultivare. It comes from what you do with the earth. how you are making your garden. Yes, that is culture. And actually we say we have a culture of eucalyptus here, or we have a culture of pines. Yes, it's also another expression. So we should take care of a garden. We should work on it, and we should also protect it. It's also something new. As I decided to buy this property, I fell in love. You can imagine now.
Yeah.
I was swimming over there with a friend of mine who was a student in Bogenhofen High School in Austria. I was a teacher there, and I was swimming there, and he knew that I was looking for a property, and he pointed with the finger, "You see that property there?" We were on the other side. "It belongs to my father. Maybe I will talk to him that he will make a nice price for you."
No.
And so I came here, and I was having the dream to putting a lot of fruit trees, to put my tiny house here, and to live integrated with the nature. That was the dream, and now I'm so thankful that you are part of my dream and that you are enjoying with me. Yes.
Thank you.
And so you can see the first fruit of the work here. I'm so thankful for the first figs and persimmon and
There
everything.
are actually 2 ripe ones.
Yes.
And like really ripe ones.
Go for it when you have time.
Yeah, I put them in the things.
That's nice.
And then there is something also very special. Bitte, Benjamin, auf Deutsch.
Okay. Siehe, ich habe euch alles samentragende Gewächs gegeben, das auf der ganzen Erdoberfläche wächst. Auch alle Bäume, an denen samentragende Früchte, Sie sollen euch zur Nahrung dienen.
Wow, that's a very important information here for us. You know, my friends, there are some people, and when we think about that, we are mostly the time doing truth claims. What do I mean by that? By truth claims. For example, we say here, eating raw is the best thing for us,
No,
for the body.
Did you translate this to English? Because this is German.
Yes.
You did translate it in English.
No. I will do it.
No, she doesn't know it.
Yes, I will do it. I will do it.
Great,
Yes.
great.
And truth claims. For example, I know a good friend of mine, Eduardo Coraza. He was here also for one festival. But he has in his mind, for example, eating fruits has nothing with religion to do, or should not. It should be scientific and not religious. I have another opinion. I see, for example, in the Bible, that is, like you said, Benjamin, and you, there are some rules in the beginning, and one of the rules is we were made to eat, and now we can translate. Everything that has a seed that not increase but grows, yes, in plants and also in trees. That should be our food. This is in the Bible. That was in the beginning in Garden of Eden.
And that's what fruits are botanically.
Exactly. Which is a samentragende.
It's fleshy cover with...
Yes, flesh covered.
With seed inside, something like that.
Fruits of the trees and fruits of the gewächs, the plants.
So that means that the cucumber is also fruit. That means that the tomato is also a fruit.
Yeah.
That means also that nuts, how do you say, walnuts?
Carrots are not fruit.
Berries.
Yeah, walnuts.
Walnuts, also almonds, yes, they are fruits. Watermelons, yes.
And the strawberry has a seed outside, but it's still a fruit.
And not on the tree.
Very nice.
The man has his seeds.
Yes,
And
yes.
It's not a fruit.
But everything, everything has seeds.
Yes, everything that has seed, yes, that is growing in a plant or a tree. Yes, that should be for your nourishment.
You're coming from a tree?
We are not
Yes.
carnivores.
But it's not exactly the same because those kind of seeds, they don't need any extra work to grow into new plants. with us it doesn't work that way.
Some
We
plants
need a second part.
Some plants need the
Male and female.
Food
Yeah.
of your seeds
Something.
grow,
Yeah, but as soon as the
Quite
seed is there,
yes.
it's already completed.
Sure.
Very nice. And it's interesting that, and we also, eating raw, we are also open to eat some other things like carrots, yes, mushrooms, and yes, other kind of stuff. The Bible speaks about the fall of the human being, like the sin, yes, this is the expression. So because the rules were set that paradise can be paradise. And living out of those rules would be problematic in such sense that the order will be not the same as God created. Just to give an example, we have a cable here and this cable works for iPhone. But if you have another cell phone and try to put a cable for iPhone in another smartphone, it will not work. And so there are things in our lives that they don't really work, yes, but some people are pushing us also to believe, okay, and we might respect some things, but to accept that to be true, this is the challenge that we are also having in our times. Can you still remember? I'm trying to make some points here. The first point, we need the language. We were created to the image of God as woman and man. The third point was, can you still remember? We should take care of animals and the earth, yes. We should have a garden and we should also take care of the garden. We have food, yes, that we can eat. And then let me see. Oh, here I have it in German here. So Sprache, yes. So the language. Oh, I put here Identität. So we have a Identität. What is that in English? Identity. So, oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, and then the third one I forgot. We should multiply. So when men and women come together, so they can come together and have family, have children, yes, and they should multiply.
Part of culture as well.
And then fourth point, Verantwortung is responsibility. We have responsibility for the earth and for the animals. And then fifth point, we have everything that has a seed that are growing in plants and trees is our food. And then we have the garden. We should cultivate the garden. Point number 6. And then we have the 7th point. Let's see here. Eschi, bitte.
Gott hat am 7. Tag sein Werk vollendet, das gemacht hatte, und ruhte am 7. Tag vor seinem ganzen Werk, das gemacht hatte. Und Gott segnete den 7. Tag und heiligte ihn. Denn an ihm ruhte von seinem ganzen Werk, das Gott schuf, als es machte.
Vielen Dank. So it's said here, and my friends, this is the beginning of the Bible. Do you realize that these rules are set in the beginning, so paradise can be paradise? So that God created everything in 6 days, and the 7th day He put apart. This is the meaning of this word, to make it holy. To set it apart. It's a different day. And this is this day we are celebrating today. And we should ruhen. Ruhen is to rest. Thank you so much. Yes. And we were blessed when we rest on this day. And we are also set apart, actually. You know that the Jewish people normally they also they have the Shabbat, yes, they are observing, and now you know that we also, as Bible believers, we are Christians, but we also came to the conclusion that what is written also in the 10 Commandments, it's still for us today, that it has no changes for another day. Yes, so that's why we are celebrating also this beautiful day, to be set apart, to become a special blessing, and also to calm down and to have time with God, with each other, and with nature. Of course, we should also do and have it all the other days, but we also need to work. Yes, and so one day without work should be this 7th day here.
Reconnect.
Yes, and that's also why it's also in our name, the 7th-day Adventist. It's just the meaning that we decided to keep the Sabbath like it is written in the Bible. Okay, I will just go on in the 7 points here quickly. The first point was language. So it's very important how we communicate. When Raphael has his festival in Austria, a very beautiful workshop that I love so much is the non-violent communication. Yes, not always with a lot of critique, yes, and making the person bad, but to speak with love. And here, an interesting book in Les langages de l'amour, les actes qui disent je t'aime. It's very interesting. I love only the title of this book is telling everything. We can express it by words, but also without words. When you do things, for example, and I like a preacher in Austria, he's always saying, how can you show that you love your wife or your mom? The true love is when you take the rubbish and throw it away before she asks you for that. This is true love. When you recognize things that have to be done and you do it before someone comes and have to tell you. Also through our act we can also share the love. We should be also polite. Thank you so much. I like this word, politesse in English, because it means to polish, polieren, polir. That means we should polieren our behaviors, our manners. In other language, in the Romance language, you have courtois, cortège. What does it mean, cortège? From the court. In order to live with the king or in the court, you should have manieren, you should have behavior. And so when you speak with love, you show also through your acts, and you speak. Here I put in French, s'il vous plaît, madame.
La politesse. Oh, I have to read everything?
Oui.
S'il vous plaît, excusez-moi, je vous en prie. Bonjour, merci.
Wow! Très très bon accent. So, let us try to be polite also with each other. And you know, by the way, this guy here, Goethe, you know, here in Portugal we have, Arnold, help me, Luís de Camões. Yes, in Portugal it's Luís de Camões, and in Germany, in Spain we have Miguel de Cervantes with Don Quixote. So I'm just telling here about the most known writers. Yes, Don Quixote de la Mancha de Miguel de Cervantes. De Lusíaden, os Lusíadas.
Camões?
De Camões.
Luís Vaz de Camões.
Luís. Vasco também?
Não, Vaz.
Luís Vaz de Camões. Ok, muito bem. And in Germany we have Goethe. Yes. And he said something very interesting. Wer fremde Sprachen nicht kennt, weiß nichts von seiner eigenen. Can you translate that, please, Sonia, in English?
Somebody who doesn't know foreign languages doesn't know anything about their own.
Wow. And so when you are learning other language, so you are learning more about your own language. Yes. And so vice versa. Yes.
Is it about yourself or about your own language?
Your own language.
Your own language.
Okay.
Yes. But I think that also applies also to that you can explore more also from yourself, yes, learning. And so just go for it and learn also foreign language, yes. And if you want to come to Portugal, to Brazil, or to the Palops in Africa, just learn Portuguese with me. Hey.
As an example, I always had problems with the German grammar, but when I learned English, I finally got understood German better. Yeah, and the German grammar.
In the world, my friends, we are numbers, right? You have the number for your identification in this and that. In this world, we are numbers, but for God, each person has a different
Fingerprints.
Yes. Isn't that a beautiful?
And in the end, we go on a bicycle.
Yes, I have some. Yes. When will be the wedding, Roy? For
Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Okay. He has a nice girlfriend, and so I'm waiting for the invitation.
We are waiting for the invitation now.
Yes. Look how beautiful this, my little cats here. So to take,
you have two cats, right?
I have 4 cats.
You have 4, yeah. I was not sure.
Can I say you something? Have animals. Take care of animals, and if you have the possibility, yes, look for a little animal. You can take that will also give you a little responsibility that was given to us in the beginning, yes. Also to take care, and it changed really my life as I am also alone. For me, it's very important, yes, to have my cats also here with me.